Hey you guys, I'm so excited today to finally introduce you guys to the interior designer that I have been telling you about for a while now. This is Iris.
Hi guys.
She's our interior designer. As you guys know, we just bought a home. Well, not just, but we've been in the home for a while now. We've gotten the essential things that we felt like we needed to get before starting to decorate, like the couch, changing out some things as well, countertops, floors. But we're ready to decorate or design. What is the difference? What is the difference between interior decorator and interior designer?
Interior designer is the right term for me. Interior decorator is more of someone that you would think of that does more smaller jobs in the sense that you're not necessarily doing any kind of architectural changes or cosmetic changes. The room is as it is and you go in and you just like add to it. Add elements, as opposed to like, oh, we're knocking down this wall, we're changing floors, we're redoing this entire area by, you know, adding walls in or doing different things like that. So that's the difference.
You do a lot.
So an interior designer is definitely more in depth in that there is a lot more involved in what we do. And then also depending on where you're located, it depends on licensing and what you need to be able to get.
You do all that?
In Texas, we don't need, but in other states you do need to be licensed to practice as a designer or to be called a designer.
The design, you can like move things around, like change the whole structure. And then decorate, you're kind of just placing. How do you know this stuff? How did you get in? Is this your full time? Tell us about
how did I get into it? I've always had a thing for like pretty spaces. Growing up, I remember being as old as like 6 or 7 years old, traveling to different places with my parents and just like really remembering how pretty a place looked. I never knew I was gonna do anything with it. I'm from an African background or African household.
Where are you from?
From Ghana. You know, I had the typical upbringing of, you know, you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna do, you know, you're gonna be a financial investor. And I never really thought of doing anything in the creative industry or in the creative world. So as I got older, I'm like, you know what, let me see what this is all about. Let me explore. And thankfully I had a lot of people around me, like my mom and, you know, significant other that were super helpful in pushing me to pursue my dream in interior design, and so here I am now.
You've touched on
and I'm self-taught. I'm self-taught. Every possible thing that you can think of that you can get information in it. So forums, podcasts, YouTube, Google, books, like online courses, everything.
When you're really passionate about something, man, you wake up thinking like, what can I learn today?
Yes. You know? I invested a lot of time in studying and researching because I'm like, how do I mean, I know I can look at a space and be like, oh, we should put this here and put a nice lamp here and a nice rug. But it's more than that. Like I know I wanted to go in really deep, and I knew that was not going to be enough to take me as far as I want to go. So I was like, okay, let me invest in time in really studying, really researching, which it never ends, by the way. But in the initial process, I took a lot of time to do that. I didn't have a mentor or someone that I could look up to. I remember I reached out to co-people, no shade, and I was just blown off. So I'm like, okay, I can't depend on someone to give me all the tools that I need to be successful. I've got to do it myself. I've got to be self-sufficient.
I know that.
So I did it all myself. I researched, I learned. I use a software program for 3D modeling and renderings that I learned from scratch myself. And you know, it took a lot of time, and I was learning as I went along the way. Thankfully, as I was learning, I still had people that were able to kind of give me a chance to get to where I am now. So.
That's so amazing, because you would think that you studied this in school, because when you talk about juggling like delivery times and making sure things come together, and then even managing like a number of clients at once.
Yes. That also, I will say my business background does help a lot with the logistics side of things.
Because I'm like, how do you?
But if I didn't have, I don't know
if
how.
Budgets.
I don't know how I would have been able to do it if I didn't have a background in finance or in economics or business. I think that's super helpful. and it kind of makes me feel like my degree didn't go to waste.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, that definitely also helps when it comes to stuff like that.
It's hard to imagine that this is just like something you do alongside your full-time job.
Yes, I still work a
Wow.
full-time job, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Sometimes 9 to, more than 5. If you're determined, you make it work and you make it happen. Sometimes I'm super exhausted after a long day at work, but I know what it is that I want to achieve and where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's get this. Put my shoes on, put my sneakers on, my leggings, my t-shirt. Like, all right, let's go.
Let's go.
So,
speaking of let's go, let's take a little tour of the space, or the spaces that we'll be focused on first with designing. Yeah, let's go.
So pretty. It's so pretty.
I want you to give me your feedback. Like, how is your brain working as you see this? Like, as you walk in, what do you typically look for?
Yeah, it's a new build, and I love new builds, especially if I can be involved in the process while it's being built, because I can help you choose like fixtures or finishes and pieces like that along the way before it's completely done and finished. You guys already have it to where it's already done and finished. And then it's a new house, right? So we're not talking about necessarily changing paint color, like main paint color. We're not talking about changing like banisters or doors.
Wow, you do all that.
Yeah. After some time, you look at something as simple as the baseboards, and you're like, you know what? These baseboards, I wish we could have something a lot more modern and contemporary looking. We can change baseboards. We can change the wall, the finish of the wall, right? The finish. We can change door handles.
Yes.
Right? So maybe we're not changing flooring because we just did flooring and this is the flooring you picked out very recently. But little things like that. You can even change this stuff. So like the sockets, the socket plates, and different things like that. You can change. All these are the details that, like, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't think to change.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you envision for this space, like right here, like entryway? Because it's like the first space that anyone sees when they walk in. So
yeah. So I think my overall vision and the overall feel I want to go for is like a clean, rich feel.
A rich auntie vibe.
Rich auntie with some modern African.
Yeah.
Who I am. I'm a rich kid. I want like when people walk in, or like even when we walk in, I want it to just feel like very clean, royal-esque with the golds. And I want a really nice, huge, long chandelier.
And that's why I kept looking up. I was like, ooh, that's pretty.
I also like the sleek Norwegian, Scandinavian vibe, which is why I like these wooden floors, wooden floors. I don't know if chandeliers, like the type that I'm thinking of, goes with this.
Well, we'll have to look at and see what options you are drawn to.
Okay.
A chandelier can work in this space. I mean, it's never going to be like, oh, we can't put a chandelier here, so therefore we're going to stick with what you have. Like, we can always change. It's just a matter of style and how it's going to flow with the rest of the home.
I like that you mentioned changing certain things up, because I'm definitely interested in those little changes. But I also envision like something here, like maybe where we could sit and
So seating,
take our shoes off,
or in storage for shoes too.
Not real storage, because I kind of want people to leave their shoes there. I just like some type of like maybe big paintings or family photo or.
So when I say storage, I just want you to know, I'm not thinking of like putting a cabinet or like a.
Okay.
You can still have storage in the form of a bench, right? Because you can open some benches. Or you can have storage in the form of like a console that you can put pretty things like photo frames and like a flower vase and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I would love, and then what is it called when you put the family portraits in different? I'm forgetting now. Gallery wall.
Oh, that's a gallery wall. I was thinking about it too. You want a gallery wall in the entrance area?
I don't know, maybe here or wherever you recommend.
Somewhere in the house.
Yes, something also like going up the stairs. I think that could be a nice place too. So I don't know. yes, this is my favorite part of the house.
Why is it your favorite part?
Because of the large windows,
Yes.
which gives us
Natural.
a lot of natural sunlight.
Yeah.
And I just love the feel of like, I think I like to feel like I'm outside. I think that's what I've realized.
So bringing the outdoors in through windows, large windows like what you have. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel very happy when I'm outside. So I want to feel that way in my house.
Yeah.
And then of course we have, we finally got a couch, which took a while. We got. The ceiling is fairly high.
Yeah. But I like the fact that you have high ceilings in this area.
Yeah.
And even in this area.
Oh yes. I just, I like the grand-esque feel.
Yes.
For the size house.
Yes. And it's gonna look really pretty once we change this out and put like a pretty
And then we have this space. This is my second favorite part of the home because I feel like this is the focal point.
What is the second favorite?
The kitchen island. Yes. The waterfall.
The waterfall island. The waterfall effect, which is super popular now.
Yeah, I just feel like this is the focal point of the home. I feel like, you stand here, you see there, you can kind of control the house from right here.
Right, especially for someone like you that has kids and your one kid is over here, one kid is over there, but you're watching TV and Gasu is up there saying, hey babe, something.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can do with this space.
Yeah.
I had some ideas for like the foot area down there because I feel like people kick the wall.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are designs we can
definitely do. Yeah,
definitely
have some ideas there.
I wanted to show you this wall.
Oh, this wall. Okay.
Because this wall irritates me.
Why? Is it so bare?
It's so big, bare, and empty, and when the kids have put stuff on it, I'm like, this wall is going through a lot. Oh, maybe this could be the gallery, or I don't know.
We'll think about it. Well, we just need to remember, most importantly, that this is a walkway, right? So we don't want to obstruct the walkway too much. I mean, I like the fact that you have a good amount of space from here to there. So we can do a lot of different things with this wall.
Okay.
But yes, it's good to know because like you said, like the kids are kicking and like riding their bikes. So we'll have to like think of something that we can use, that we can put here to avoid that. In addition to like if you want a gallery wall or like a huge, beautiful painting or art.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And then of course we have the dining area.
Not the formal dining area.
Informal.
Or like
everyday
a breakfast area.
Okay. Yeah. The lingo. Breakfast area, which I'm excited about because we have just been sitting everywhere to eat. I'm excited to change this out.
Yeah, we're gonna change this.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. My mom hits her head on this every day.
Oh, poor mama.
So I was just thinking like a round, table. Yeah. I used to really want like a place to sit along the window.
Like a banquette, like a bench. Okay. Once we put a table with chairs in this area, it just depends on how much space we have for walking around and movement. You still want the space to be functional. Okay. Because you gotta remember you've got this door that goes to the back, so you gotta think about opening that. Yeah. And then if you want a bench, then we have to think about taking away space from the chairs and tables. Okay. So we'll just think about it and see what works and what doesn't.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of like my idea of what I would like the space to look like, to feel like.
Are you excited?
What? Girl, there's no word to describe how I feel about this. I'm also really excited to be able to work with you, an interior designer, like
definitely excited.
From, it's something that we don't really think we can do a lot in our community. We kind of think it's out of reach for us. I would say we are pretty strict on budgeting in my family, and so really when you plan it, if you plan it out well, you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, interior design in the very early ages started off as a very luxury service for high profile people. It's not surprising that a lot of people, like a lot of colored people and Black people, feel like it's something that's beyond them, but now in the modern day, it's something that we want to bring more closer to home for everybody. thankfully now there's so many ways in which you can have a budget and work within a budget and still have a really nice, well put together, functional space.
Yeah.
So that's part of why I'm here. I'm gonna help you guys and guide you guys through that whole process. And yeah, it's gonna be good. I always tell my clients, I want you to get excited because this is going to be an exciting process. It is not as fast as you see on HGTV where it's like, oh, 1 week and then 2 weeks and then we have our house. It is a process, so that you do have to be patient. But in the end, or in the long run, it's gonna be good. We're gonna make sure that we bring in all the elements that you and your family love to see because this is your home.
Yeah.
So
I'm so also excited about bringing you guys into this process and having you be a part of it. You've been a part of our lives for so many things. Gosh, from when I was pregnant to now, I have 2 kids and we have a home. So if you have any questions, I really want this to be an educational experience for me, for you, for anyone who's watching.
I'm always learning too.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in the comments, wherever we're posting this, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, and let's just make it like a little community where if you have suggestions, recommendations, what furniture places or stores, brands that you think we should look into.
Black owned brands.
Hello.
It's Black
History
Black History Month.
Yeah.
Say that? Do we let people know it's February?
We'll see how it goes.
But black owned brands.
But hey, it's a good time to be black.
It's a good
Whether
time to be
February,
black
March,
and not ashamed
December.
and very well comfortable in our skin.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great time. So let us know and keep up with us, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yay! Bye guys.